Georgia, the country of vibrant and unique culture, home to more than 4 million people, nation that is well known for its hospitality, generosity, and hardworking character. The normal day brings Georgian families many challenges, but also hopes for the better future in peace and prosperity. Georgia has firmly stepped into the path of reforms, which have already brought many improvements to people's lives. Working or spending their free time is something local people like to do together. Family is another stronghold that keeps this nation together. No one expected that the peaceful life of millions of Georgians will be shuttered in seconds. Tanks, bombs, people fleeing in fear. Shocking news of invasion of Georgia and the president's assassination spreads all over the country in minutes. Independence and security of every single person is at stake. Shock, panic, despair. These are the three words that best describe the feelings of the nation. This scenario was put in practice by one of the Georgian TV companies on Saturday evening of March 13, 2010. News report that filled each Georgian home with fear was later identified as sheer simulation that has nothing to do with reality. Professional journalists for half an hour forgot about basic principles of fair and responsible reporting. They intentionally misinformed and manipulated millions of their country fellows. The situation received unprecedented reclaim from the majority of the population. People felt as if they were objects of an inappropriate experiment where no one cared for their feelings.
რას ფიქრობთ მედია პასუხისმგებლობის შესახებ?
Media must always be responsible for all their actions, especially if this is not in the government's interest. The government was not interested in broadcasting such information. It was a provocation. Can you imagine what would have happened in our country if our enemy had done this instead? Media should be completely responsible for this. If another TV station had done this instead of Imedi, they would lose their license. For some odd reason, this TV station is able to get away with anything.
Media is quite a strong manipulator of the people, and in this event, the media was psychologically pressuring people. It would be possible to justify what happened if they had written that this was only a simulation. It was very unethical on the journalist's part.
ვინ იღებს ამ მოვლენებზე პასუხისმგებლობას? ვის უნდა დაეკისროს პასუხისმგებლობა? რა თქმა უნდა, უნდა დაეკისროს.
The head of the TV channel should be held accountable, and the journalist should also hold separate responsibility for this. But overall, the journalist would not have done this if nobody ordered him to do so. I don't know whom to blame, but I think that media is controlled by the government. I think it all comes from the top down, but also the journalist should take personal responsibility for this and admit their guilt.
The situation in Georgia has unfortunately proven that private as well as state TV companies can potentially use such shameful practices as manipulation, misinforming, and brainwashing. Is there a solution? Can people protect themselves from being caught in a propaganda trap?
რას ფიქრობ მედია პასუხისმგებლობის შესახებ?
Nowadays, the world depends on information. That is why media has great responsibility towards the society. One word can change everything. It can break the economy and change the political situation.
Media should be responsible to the society, because the information they provide has great influence on the people. No doubt about it, that all media should be responsible for people, regardless of which social groups they're from.
მიგაჩნიათ რომ ქართული მედია ზეგავლენას ახდენს ქართულ საზოგადოებაზე.
Media in any country influences society, and so does the Georgian media. However, while the Georgian media does influence the society, it does not manipulate it. Obviously, some media organizations serve the interest of certain social groups, but it is ridiculous to say that it terrorizes the society. Society feels psychological pressure by the media. They broadcast reports they have no need to be broadcasted, with images of blood and wounded people, especially taking into account the fact that children may be watching this. I don't like that they broadcast biased information.
One of the possible solutions is offered by Citizens Media. It is an alternative means of media that engages people and cares for the values of freedom of speech and balanced journalism. Further development of Citizens Media can make considerable contribution to building open, tolerant societies and trying to prevent similar situations with false media reports from happening again.